Suck my balls, Cal. No! No, he has to suck my balls!
You like to suck my balls, don't deny it.
Oh, suck my balls, you ginger Jew rat hall monitor! Punk-ass stoolie, who the do you think you are? Suck my balls, K-10. That's right, suck my Canadian balls! Suck my balls! No, you suck my balls! Thanks, everybody. Suck my balls! Yeah, whatever, you can suck our balls. Suck my balls, 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 suck my balls.
How would you children like to suck on my chocolate salty balls?
Oh, you mean like a chocolate candy?
No, I mean my balls.
Yes. Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Welcome back to another edition of
Suck my balls, suck my balls,
Suck My Balls, Suck My
suck my
Balls,
balls.
Suck My Balls. Suck My Balls, a South Park review. If you haven't understood or noticed by now, as we get into episode number 117. But we're back for another edition of your South Park review. I, of course, am your host in the heat, and I can't be beat. I'm your guy who's high where that air is so high. Yeah, boy. M to the S to the G. You can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Matthew _Shather. Each and every week, I'm joined by some guys who hit the gym and use their inner thighs and pecs and try to stack the decks and try to pump their necks and try to be freaky, all deaky when people are checking out their pee-pee. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My podcast host, first up on the scene, the Tombout Scoop. Tombout. Scoop. There it is. Scoop. There it is. What's up?
Feeling good, looking good, being happy.
Reason why I brought the pee-pee thing up was because he told us about the gym story before we recorded, which we won't share on the podcast. But for those who don't understand what the rules state on the outside of the men's locker room, you should probably not bring your 10 or 11-year-old child into the locker room where grown men are. That's weird. Don't do that.
Especially your daughter.
Your daughter. It's fucking weird. Was it his daughter? We don't even know.
We don't know.
We don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, also on the podcast who joins us every week, he's a doctor. He's got a man who's got in his house who's going to take over, well, probably a couple people because he lives with a bunch of wrestlers who are going to take over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, he's your doctor. He's dirty. He's Mr. Joe Vernolo. What is up, Mr. JV?
Oh, not a whole hell of a lot. I did unmute myself, right?
Yeah, you unmuted yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. I'm doing okay. I mean, I'm not in the gym, and I mean, I'm not somewhere where there's going to be spring training. So I'm kind of jealous of you guys. Like the CBA got signed today. They have to report to spring training on Sunday.
No,
and
in all of their schedules either. It's all like back to back. It's pretty crazy.
Mhm.
Their schedules are pretty nuts.
So I think we have to go
I know.
this next week.
Yeah, like, fuck, dude. I wish I were down there because I'd grab some lawn seats and get drunk off dollar beers.
Yeah, man, it could be fun. I think the Yankees actually come to town this year.
What?
Or is it the D-backs that go up there? I think one of them. I think they're playing each other this year, and I'm pretty sure it's here in Arizona.
You just like made Joe cry. He's a Yankees
Come
fan.
down here, bro. Let's go.
I know, like,
Crash on my couch, and then we'll just do this thing. Like, come
like,
I'll go to the game.
like Grapefruit and Cactus League, like, never play. Like, yeah, interleague is totally a thing now, but like, you've got Grapefruit in Florida and Cactus obviously in Arizona, but so like for them to travel is pretty weird.
Mhm.
Well, let's travel down the South Park memory lane here, guys. This is a South Park podcast, and you, the listener, are back for another edition of Suck My Balls. And this week is probably if not one of the most controversial episodes of South Park, one of the most cultural classic episodes of South Park, as well as it's a defining moment in Cartman's character as well, as we go into the passion of the Jew.
Oh yeah, this is definitely Cartman at his most evil, or
Well-
pretty damn close to it.
Yeah.
So here's how we like to break things down if you haven't figured it out yet. And it's your first time listening to the podcast or watching us on the vid. We like to go ahead and bring you a recap of South Park, followed by, some trivia, pop culture, continuity reference, our final thoughts, and of course, on this edition, the return of What Did Kenny Say? So Joe, why don't you start us off and take it away?
All right, The Passion of the Jew is the third episode of season 8 and 114th episode over all of the series. It first aired March 31st, 2004. Kyle finally sees the blockbuster movie, The Passion of the Christ, and begrudgingly admits that Cartman has been right about the Jewish people all along.
Damn right. So we start off as normal kids do, right, Joe?
Yeah, they are starting off playing in the Shuttlecraft Spontaneity, also known as Leanne Cartman's new
A
minivan.
very nice minivan.
It is a very nice minivan. And they go on an away mission, and Cartman, as usual, gives Cartman a hard time about being a Jew, in this case, a Vulcan Jew.
Right, gives Kyle a hard time.
I thought I was that.
No, it's fine. You missed one word.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys give me shit for every word, so I gotta give you shit
Show
for
with one
every
word.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what did I mess up?
You'll make incomplete
You,
sentences.
No, you said
You
gives
make up
Cartman-
words.
Gives Cartman a hard
Chipmunk Pond, whatever you
Oh.
said.
time. Pokemon.
You said Chipmunk Pond.
Chipmunk Pond.
Yeah,
Well, okay. So Cartman
Chipmunk
gives
Town,
Kyle a
that's
hard
Chipmunk
time.
Town.
yeah. Everybody would have gotten it. He's talking about the Jew. That was-
Cartman gives Kyle a hard time about being a JOO.
A JOO.
In this case, a Vulcan Jew. Cartman again tries to inform Kyle that in the movie The Passion of the Christ, the Jews are the devil, and that he has seen the movie 34 times and knows that the Jewish people had plenty of opportunities to save Jesus Christ, but did not. Stan and Kenny are tired of hearing the argument about the film and decide to leave.
All right, well, let's go to a clip of that here, of how all that breaks down here, of the scene where Cartman kills off Kyle.
Yep, yeah.
No, it doesn't. Oh, you got Colin. It's tearing his head off. Oh, you guys look like Colin's done for. No, I'm not. God damn it, Cartman. You're not going to kill me off again. You see, guys, this is why you don't bring Jews along on the away team. They don't play along. Shut up about Jews, fat ass. You don't know anything. Oh, God, here we go again. Oh, yeah? I saw Mel Gibson's movie, The Passion, and Mel Gibson says in the movie, Jews are the devil. He does not. How do you know? I've seen The Passion 34 times now, Kyle. You haven't seen it once. There's even one part where the Jews have a chance to save Jesus, and you know what they do? They let Barabbas, a serial killer, go free instead and laugh about it. Nuh-uh. Go see the movie, Kyle. That does it. I'm sick of you guys arguing about The Passion. I'm out of here. I'm not arguing about The Passion. He's being an asshole. You know what it is?
There he
You're scared. You're scared of the truth. You don't want that movie to show you just how bad the Jews are and why everyone hates you. People don't hate the Jews. Really?
Yeah.
300 million domestic box office, Kyle. The top grossing film of all time, Kyle. Those numbers don't lie. If you're not scared of The Passion, then go see it. Go see it and tell me I'm wrong. Mel Gibson, Kyle. Mel Gibson. You're a stupid asshole.
Pretty sure.
Sweet, now I can just play with myself. Sweet, now I can just play with myself.
Pretty sure it's not the most grossing movie of all time.
At that time, it wasn't 2000.
It was, yeah. It had outgrossed Titanic.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it, didn't get-
Oh,
and it stood that
yeah,
test of
okay.
time
Yeah,
until
I remember
Avatar broke it.
Yeah, Avatar broke it.
I thought Avatar was, and then now I realize, yeah, Avatar.
And
Yeah,
then-
Avatar was a couple years later, and then
Spider-Man's now closing in on it. No Way Home.
Yeah.
Fucking the Batman. They set a record for their release weekend or whatever.
Or DC
Uh,
or something?
The Batman, the new Batman movie.
For-
It was probably like the
Crushed the
best.
opening.
Yeah, it was like the best March Open ever, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I kind of want to see it. Like
I don't-
I've heard some good reviews about
I
it.
don't pay to see DC movies. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's fucking weird. Like that's just weird, bro.
what do you mean? They don't
I
make,
don't go to DC movies.
No, I didn't say that. I said I don't pay to see DC movies. I don't pay to see DC movies. I'll watch them. I'm not paying for them because they're not that good. Go ahead, Joe.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that last
Yeah,
part.
I'm just biting my tongue,
Yeah.
bro.
They're not
Point.
good. They're not
I'm just
good.
biting my tongue.
None of the DC
All right.
movies I've seen have been good. That's my personal opinion. That's all it is.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And this is a South Park podcast.
Yeah, not a fucking Marvel podcast.
not
DC podcast.
DC versus
MCU. Yeah. it would
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
MCU.
so
See you.
Kyle debates himself and decides to see the movie for himself. He endures the film and its graphic depiction of the final hours of Jesus Christ's life in a state of constant horror and disgust. When he leaves the theater, he wonders how the Jewish people could have done that to Jesus and begins to feel guilty, mainly due to his membership of being a Jew, mainly due to being a Jewish person himself.
All right, so here's Kyle now inside the movie theater is about to start, but we can't skip over.
I was gonna say this movie is rated R.
But since it's an accurate
Selflessly depicts.
accurate depiction of the selfless sacrifices of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That or something like that. Fuck.
Yeah,
Play it.
it's beautiful.
He tries to walk away.
One, please.
This is an R-rated movie,
Yeah, I know, but I have to.
but because this is such an important film that accurately depicts the selfless acts of Jesus Christ, I'll let you in to see it.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Hat bastud Cristo. Belake Jesus. Belake bestad.
No, 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 no.
Kyle's just wincing. All right, you guys get the point there, listening and watching on the podcast as Kyle fucking throws up. So now, after watching the movie,
Look at the Jew.
oh, we'll go. He goes outside, then he's gonna go to carpet. But I want to hear him talk to the ticket taker guy again.
How? How could the Jews do that to Jesus?
Pretty brutal, isn't it?
Girl, hey,
Kind of makes you want to change your life, huh?
And now back to Terrence.
Oh my god.
I
Mom,
missed that
doorbell!
when we watched it.
kind of makes you want to change your life, huh?
Mom, answer the door!
All right, so now Kyle's gonna show up
Damn
with
it, lazy ass whore.
gonna give Cartman the thing he's always wanted to hear.
You were right. You were right all along. I thought you were just an asshole when you ripped on Jews, but I didn't know. I didn't know. It's okay, Kyle. It's okay. Just say that first part again. You were right. One more time, Kyle. You were right. I want to thank you for all the blessings you have brought me. You have shown me the way so many times in the past, and now you are making all my dreams come true. You give me strength where there is doubt, and I praise you for all that you have done. Only you, Mel Gibson, have had the wisdom and the courage to show the world the truth. From this day forward, I will dedicate my life to making sure your film is seen by everyone. I will organize the masses so that we may do thy bidding. Hail, Mel Gibson. Amen.
Amen.
So,
Mel Gibson there.
as you just saw and heard, after Kyle tells Cartman he was right, Cartman begins to promise to Mel Gibson to spread the word about the passion. After hearing about Kyle telling Cartman he was right, Stan and Kenny decide that they need to see the film, but after watching it, they just feel that it's stupid and nothing more than a snuff film and demand their money back. But since they sat through the whole film, the ticket clerk tells them that they cannot get their money back and they have to take it up with the producer of The Passion of the Christ, which, as we know, is Mel Gibson.
So in this episode, they make fun of Braveheart and Road Warrior. Now, I'm inclined to think that Matt and Trey hate these fucking movies and just fucking hate Mel Gibson. Why do I feel like after this episode, it just makes me feel like they fucking hate Mel Gibson? All of the other celebrities, it's a little tasteful, right? But Mel Gibson, they just fucking dig into
They
it.
do. It's a full 30 minutes of or 22 minutes of it, really, right?
Yeah, and like this, they hadn't, and they go even harder here, but they hadn't gone that hard after someone since maybe Kathy Lee or Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand.
I forgot about Kathy Lee. Fucking Mr.
Ba-Buddha, Ba-Buddha.
Well, she'll be back in episode 200, right?
Yeah, I think so. Right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's go to the conclusion you saw there, because I always like this reaction to Stan in the movie theater. And I was telling this to Scoop. I was like, dude, when I watched this movie, this is exactly how I fucking reacted. I was like, dude, what the fuck is this?
I'm with Stan and Kenny and you on this.
I'm so glad I haven't seen this movie, and I don't think I'm going to now at this point.
3 hours of my life I'll never get back.
Right?
Yeah, I'm good. If it's 3 hours, fuck.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Dude, that movie sucked. How do you even call that a movie? That's bullcrap, dude. Let's go get our money back.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize how horrible Christ's death was.
Me neither. Oh, honey, let's be good Christians from now on.
No, I bet that was an
I
actual
think if more people saw the passion, they'd have
Was.
faith in Jesus.
Yeah, it really guilt trips you into believing.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
it's perfect.
Hey, we want our money back.
Huh?
That movie sucked ass. Give us back our $18.
I can't refund your money. You sat through the whole movie.
That's your whole
That
movie.
wasn't a movie. That was a snuff film. You can't charge people to watch a guy get tortured for 2 hours.
That guy happens to be Jesus, and he went through all that to pay for your sin.
If you're
We go to church to learn that stuff. We go to movies to be entertained. We weren't entertained and we want our money back.
I'm not allowed to
I
give your money
definitely
back
agree with
after
that.
you sat through the whole movie. You'd have to take your complaint up with the film's producers.
What, Mel Gibson? You're saying we have to get our money back from Mel Gibson?
Yeah, I'd like to see you try.
Oh, we will. This is America. And in America, if something sucks, you're supposed to be able to get your money back. Come on, Kenny.
So true here in America. That's
That is what we're supposed to be able to do.
yeah. You can walk up into Ross without even something you bought there and get money for it.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that one.
It says Old Navy on it, and you're just like, I'm serious. People have walked in with clothes they found out of the trash, flip flops that are disgusting, and they've gotten store credit. They get it. You can return anything anywhere if you make a big enough fuss. Serious.
Yeah.
People will
Pretty
just be like,
much.
I'm done dealing with you here.
Here's your store credit. Leave me alone.
Crazy.
So while they're watching what they feel is a snuff film, Kyle is having nightmares about killing Jesus. And it really turns him into a nervous wreck while he has those nightmares. And as you saw, Stan and Kenny begin to try to get in contact with Mel Gibson, and they find a 1-800 number on a website, dialing the number to bring them in contact with someone who is running the Mel Gibson The Passion fan club, telling them that they want to know how to get in contact with Gibson and get their money back. The person on the phone, whom Stan doesn't quite catch on as Cartman just yet, does not help and begins to insult Stan over his inability to appreciate the movie. Instead of telling Stan that, hey, Mel Gibson lives in Malibu, good luck, buddy. But before all this, it devolves into any late 90s, early 2000s, even today, just internet chat, Facebook chat, flame war. I'll kick your ass. No, I'll kick your ass. It's
I brought it.
Amazing.
Oh, I brought it, bitch. I put it on the table and I opened it up and I served it, bitch.
Bitch. Yeah, it's
Cartman?
so good.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Sneaks away from the phone.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to that clip here.
Mel Gibson's The Passion Fan Club. Hi, my friend and I just went to see The Passion. So you want to join the fan club now. Our first meeting is tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. No, we want our money back. What? We think the movie sucked and we want Mel Gibson to give us back our $18. Do you know how we can get in touch with him? You thought it sucked. Sir, apparently you don't understand what Mel Gibson was trying to do. He was trying to express, through cinema, the horror and filthiness of the common Jew. It has made people the world over open their eyes. Look, kid, we just thought it was a bad movie, so tell us how to get in touch with Mel Gibson so we can get our money back. If I knew where Mel Gibson was, I'd be down on the floor licking his balls at this very moment, sir.
There.
All I know is he lives somewhere in Malibu. Now stop wasting me and Mel Gibson's time, you little wussy prick. Hey, don't take that tone with me, kid. I'll kick your ass. Oh, yeah? I'd like to see you try, asshole. I'm like 6 feet tall. I don't care. You sound like a little bitch to me. Bitch, don't call me bitch. I'll pop your fucking head open. Yeah, you want to bring it, you little pussy? I already brought it, bitch. I brought it, set it down on the table, and opened it, bitch. Wait a minute.
Cartman? All right, now, Joe brought up another scene here. Now, but before we go to it, I just want to put a little bit of viewer discretion advised here. If you are emotionally triggered by somebody being crucified accurately in cartoon form, at this point, you might want to skip ahead 30 seconds.
It really shows you the selfless sacrifice of
It really
our Lord and
does.
Savior Joe.
Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So now we're going to show you Kyle's nightmare. Let's go back. I always like
The last shot of Alan Alda.
For no reason, they just put him in there. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Wait, he died?
Yeah, he died.
When did Alan Alda die?
He died like a year ago, isn't he? He's Canadian, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought he died.
Some random Canadian died, so you think it's Alan?
Yeah.
No, he's still alive.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Whatever. Rest in peace, Alan Alda.
This is how internet hoaxes start, Matthew.
Watch, we're gonna get an email from his group or whatever.
This episode of Suck My Balls Pod is brought to you by the BigBoysClub.com. Use our code SuckMyBallsPod and you'll save 20% off. Big Boys, not just a brand, it's a
lifestyle.
lifestyle. Sorry, I'm a little baked right now to do that. Go ahead, Joe. Continuing on.
So now that they know Mel Gibson lives in Malibu, Stan and Kenny decide they need to go to Southern California because now it's no longer about getting their money back. It's about holding the filmmaker responsible, which Stan says is how they got their money back for basketball.
Yes, I was afraid we weren't gonna bring it up.
Oh,
no, we're not missing that.
Yeah, we're not missing that moment of self-deprecation.
Yeah, I'm not going to play the clip, but you get it. I mean, we've got a lot of clips. But yeah, he basically, as Stan says, he walks out there. This is just like we got just like when we got our money back for basketball. And I was like, Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
Basketball's actually a pretty good movie. Though.
Did it do well in the box office though?
It did okay.
Yeah.
I remember
it. Basketball, just like Orgasmo, it was better on VHS rental for sure. It made better sales at home.
Yeah, it became a cult classic after the fact.
There we go.
College kids and stoners never have money to go to the movies.
Bro.
Yo, that's so true.
Brah.
Because we're buying weed.
He hasn't seen it yet, but brah.
Bruh, that smells like weed.
Brah, it smells like weed. That's dope, bro.
That's dope, bro.
That's dope, bro. Okay. We'll have to watch it after this. All right.
Yeah, you got to watch it, Scooch. So it is now time for the first meeting of Mel Gibson's The Passion Fan Club. And Cartman is psyched for it. He has himself a nice brown, military dictator-esque looking uniform. I am not going to mention the dictator because we all know.
Stay off of there. People don't know. There are other countries.
Carmen's obsessed with him.
I know.
Obsessed with them.
Yeah, no, we all know, and I was gonna hint at it. Now we're blocked in Germany.
Oh,
but
I hope you're happy.
later episodes though. Not to go off though, but
we're gonna be blocked later when I recite the fucking thing. So go ahead anyway.
Yeah, no, really, and so the people gathering believe this is something to help them rediscover their Christianity, become closer to God. Something that God-fearing Christians will do on occasion. And at this point, Cartman suggests that they take one more person to go see the Passion with them before they begin what he calls the cleansing. And a final solution
what needs to be done.
I believe he even calls it a final solution at one point.
Yes, he does. All right, so before we get into the next part, what happens when Stan and Kyle finally found Mel Gibson? Let's play. Let's see what happens when Cartman here starts his meeting and he brings together the people who are interested in knowing about Hitler. Or sorry, not Hitler. When the people are knowing about Christianity, same thing. I don't know what. I'm just kidding. You be Christian.
Does he have an actual swastika on that?
No,
he didn't go that far.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like,
because as we'll find out later, and I pointed it out to you, Cartman is impressionable, and the whole basis of this play is to be propaganda, right? So
we talked about
and
it.
he already learned in Korn's Groovy Halloween Mystery. No, wait, it was the other Halloween episode. Why he can't dress completely like Hitler.
With the mustache and everything. So he's already learned his lesson.
Yeah, so now he's dancing around it.
Episode's gonna get banned on YouTube.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, so
I'm
quick.
ready to do thy bidding, Mel Gibson.
So quick.
Demonetized.
Hello, are you folks holding this Passion meeting? No, actually, we're guests as well. I'm Jack Garrett, and this is my wife, Elise.
Hello.
I think it's so great that somebody took the initiative to have a meeting like this.
Oh, I agree. There are so many of us who are moved by the Passion. It's a perfect idea to have us organized so we can strengthen the Christian community.
And apparently the organizer's just an 8-year-old boy who was touched by the film.
Leave it to a child to show us all the way, huh?
Yeah, so I see this ad on the internet saying if you...
What?
Time the fuck out. Like 30 seconds earlier, that guy's like, "Oh, are you the organizers?" And then all of a sudden he knows that it's a fucking kid putting it together.
I said the same thing. So Scoop's gonna explain it.
You can have somebody who organizes it and then moves to a host to host it. You can have separate, and that's why you have a wedding planner, and then you have your what's the fucking word?
Venue.
Venue.
Promoter. I mean, it's basically like pro wrestling, right? I mean, in that sense.
Yeah, you have your promoters, and then you'll have your organizers, and then you'll have the people that actually execute.
Fair enough.
You just do it all. You just do it all.
Yeah,
you just do it all. But I mean, in your case, it would be like Joe, your boss, is the organizer, and you're the host. As the promoter.
No, and I get what you're saying
vice versa,
now.
sorry. He'd be the host.
And I get what you're saying now. It's just I always took it in a sense.
See, I did the same thing. I said the same thing, Joe. I pointed right out to Scoop, but Scoop logically was like, "No, there could be two different people, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, you're right, actually."
Yeah, Scoop had a totally logical explanation, but I think we also have a logical assumption of if someone's doing something like this, they're going to hold it in their own yard.
Yeah.
But in fairness, let's think about this. If he knew it was an 8-year-old as well, he was also asking this couple, maybe thinking that with either parents,
is it your kid?
family members, right? Exactly like that. So there's a fair assumption to ask that as well.
Secretary Rick is going to explain why he's happy here to be at the thing and he's reaffirming his Christianity. Love the Passion to come to this meeting, so here I am.
It's great that everyone came here to figure out how to use the Passion to enrich everyone's lives.
Oh, here's Cartman.
Hello, everyone.
Actung.
Horrible.
My name is Eric Cartman, and I'm the president of the Mel Gibson fan club. Thank you. I'm happy to see that all of you were affected by the Passion like I was. Now, we all know why we're here. And I believe we all know what needs to be done.
We sure do.
We sure do. But I think it's best we don't talk out loud about it until we have most of them on the trains heading to the camps.
What does that mean, sweetie?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Folks, I just want to interrupt for a second and say how remarkable it is that this little boy brought us all together.
We don't need to watch this whole thing, but the guys, how is it the fact that nobody recognized he looked like Hitler?
People are not very smart.
We have learned. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and they may be a Holocaust deniers or some shit like that.
I never understood how you can deny the Holocaust. You are, and if you listen to the show and you deny the Holocaust, please stop listening to the show and politely take a step back and fuck your own face.
Yeah, you can stop listening as soon as I say "fuck you."
Yeah. After you fuck your own face. South Park has proven that the people there are fucking stupid. You know, the rabble and the mayor not knowing what to do with them. She said it quite a few times that the town is stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised they don't recognize him as Hitler.
Right. So now we are in Malibu.
Malibu. When I say Mali, y'all say boo.
Say boo. Malibu. Don't be hating.
Y'all got guns? Make me want to run. I ain't having no fun. I feel like a hot dog and y'all be the bun.
Hey, yo, I got a game cast.
I'm down. What you mean you got a game cast? Don't you mean you got a GameCube? I said I got a motherfucking game cast.
No, you can only have a GameCube or a Dreamcast.
Oh, yeah.
I said I put them together. I got a game cast.
No. It's I said I got a motherfucking game cast. I can't afford one. Can't afford it. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help you out. I just watched that movie recently.
It's so good.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Nice. Young Cal Penn and his crew. It's hysterical.
It is. That whole movie.
Anyway, so as you mentioned there, they see what are they doing in Malibu?
They are in Malibu trying to track down Mel Gibson to get their $18 back and teach the man a lesson. So now they have finally found where Mel Gibson lives, and this motherfucker is loonier than fucking loony. So I use the word loony because when you see the seed, you will know exactly what they're paying homage to.
Oh, hi. My name is Stan, and this is Kenny.
Oh.
We saw your movie, The Passion, and we didn't like it. So can we have our money back, please?
You can't not like the Passion. I just followed the Bible. Christ died for you.
Come on, get it.
Go home.
Go home.
Look, dude, we came a long way. We're not leaving until you give us our money.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're going to have to find it first. But I won't tell you where I keep my money. You can torture me all you want. I still won't tell you.
Torture you?
So you do intend to torture me, huh? Well, go ahead. Do your worst. You still won't get your ticket money back. I can take whatever you can dish out.
We don't want to torture you.
I get it, but you don't have a choice. Is that it? Well, go ahead. I just sure hope you don't use those whips over there on the wall.
Dude, can we please just have $18 back from you?
I have to use that money to build my church. I've brought the fire and brimstone back to Christianity with the Passion, and now I'm going to start my own church. And do you know why? So I can play banjo. Jesus, oh how I love you, Jesus.
Dude, this guy is freaking daffy.
How dare you call me crazy? This means war.
So before we move on, let's just go ahead and show the full Mel Gibson craziness in the house here. Let's jump ahead before we go to Kyle's scene. But I want to see this next part. It's pretty funny here since we were talking about it itself.
Yeah.
2 days ago, I saw a rig that could hold that tanker. You want to get out of here? Talk to me.
Mel Gibson is fucking crazy, dude. Wait, there's his wallet.
Huh? That's from one of his movies.
Oh, crap, he's only got 20s. You got $2, Kenny?
Jesus is Lord!
Jesus is love! Jesus is love!
When you're a clown, nobody.
When you're a clown, nobody takes you
seriously.
I fucking love that.
Kapla! Kapla!
He's speaking Klingon.
And good evening, friends.
So obviously that was all a Looney Tunes homage, and I think at one point they even beat it over the head when they say he's gone Daffy. Like that's a very all Daffy Duck. There's a little bit of Bugs Bunny in there, but as you saw
The
no, go ahead.
The clown part is definitely 100% Looney Tunes because that was straight up something that I've seen Daffy Duck do. That same.
Right, and I mean Daffy Duck jumping all over the place and woo woo is like a trademark for him. But as you saw, the Mel Gibson going crazy moment is broken up by Kyle really questioning some things, and he goes to Father Maxie for advice, making up a fictitious friend in order to ask Maxie how he can deal with his own guilt, which leads to Maxie giving a suggestion of atonement, which at that point gives Kyle an idea on how to get the atonement, which we'll touch on later. But
yeah, let's go to that scene.
That God sent his only son down from heaven to die for our sins.
Okay, but did God send Jesus to die, or did Jesus just get kind of screwed over?
Great question.
What is troubling you, my child?
Well, I have this friend, see? And this friend belongs to a certain chosen people of Israel.
Typical way
and
to avoid
it so
it.
happens that these chosen people killed your Lord.
Ah, you mean he's a Jew?
Right, but he can't live with the guilt anymore. Because even if Jesus wasn't really the Son of God, he was still a nice guy and didn't deserve what happened to him in Mel Gibson's movie. I can't sleep at night. I mean, my friend can't sleep at night.
Yes, the Passion is very powerful. The truth is, there's not a whole lot in the Bible about the crucifixion.
Right.
The Passion was actually done as a performance piece back in the Middle Ages to incite people against the Jews.
But how can the Jews make it better?
Well, if you really care about your friend's soul, then perhaps show him the way of Jesus. Remember, Christianity is about atonement.
Wait, that's it. Atonement.
Man.
So before we move on, I want to talk about this a little bit. So when I was 16, being, of course, from California, I didn't actually know that this play was still going on, The Passion. I thought it was just something that they talked about from the Middle Ages. So when I was 16, my parents moved us to Montana, a very high, dense, religious area, Episcopalian, but, the sense of Christianity being rooted in all of the religion up there, right? And I actually went to one of these Passion of the Jew plays, like a couple years in a row, because they have it. And what they go like all out from like a production standpoint, like almost like to the movie too. Like the guy gets carried out on the cross and like blood is being splattered all over him. And then like they put him up on the cross and they take a hammer, like they're making the imitation, like they're hitting it. And then the sound blares through like the speakers of like steel being hit. So like they go all out in like this whole Passion play.
Yeah.
I've gone to a couple years in a row, but I remember seeing that, and the first time I saw it, I kind of laughed a little because I was just like, "The Passion of Christ," and I saw Mel Gibson in The Passion.
Yeah,
and it was the same year because my parents moved us up in 2004. So it was like I'd seen this episode, and then the very next year in 2005, as now a senior in high school, I fucking went to this Passion play. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
No one does guilt like the Catholics because they really don't. And like if Kyle's feeling guilty, Catholicism is not the religion to convert to.
Catholicism governs by fear, fire and brimstone.
Yeah, I mean, I remember after that movie came out about a year ago, like some of the people I went to school with up in Montana, they were into church stuff, right? So they'd be like, "Hey, you want to come to church? They're showing a free showing of The Passion tonight." And I was like, "All right, I'll go check this shit out." Bro, 3 hours just to see some dude get tortured for 2.5 hours of it is horrible. And I'm not talking like, little bitty bullshit torture. No, like they're fucking beating the shit out of him, whipping him. Then they fucking put him on the fucking cross and they're fucking showing it all. People fucking stabbing him and all this shit. And it's fucking, you just walk away and you're like, this was not a good movie.
Sounds like a snuff film.
It sounded like a snuff film.
It is.
And that's exactly how I reacted. I was like, dude, this movie sucks. And if I had paid for it, I would have been like, I want to get back my money, but I want it back my fucking time.
Yeah. I'm still pissed about.
Now
the
we're
time I
not,
looked at
and then you looked it up. Didn't you look up some information?
Mm-hmm.
We want to share that
about the actual crucifixion.
Yeah, and like the play what you were talking about.
What was I?
You had referenced the fact that there's two groups of camps who believe in as far as the crucifixion is concerned.
Oh, there's two separate. There's some that debate the actual it being that gross,
right?
That murderous. What they think is, Jesus of Nazareth was probably at that time he was probably executed by the state, and the Romans back then typically those types of executions were crucifixion. And now the longer answer is, there's no what happened to his body, what happened to everything that went. What happened to all of it?
Right.
There's no real evidence of anything left behind.
Would you say, wasn't there, I mean, just because of the fall of, I was just got me thinking, with all the fall of the empires, right, that we've had over the hundreds of years, the different wars they had that was going on there in the East itself, isn't there like parts of historical data that ended up being burned away or killed off by...
There is so much lost history.
Like lost history, essentially. So I mean, so we're not. I just want to make that point clear for those listening to the podcast or watching. We're not sitting here trying to disprove that Jesus doesn't exist. We're just saying there's no evidence at this point that suggests, other than the fact that we have from quote unquote people who wrote the Bible. And I'm sorry, nobody from Jesus's crew actually wrote the fucking Bible. It was hearsay or another person who was actually against Jesus in the beginning. The man who fucking wrote the Bible was he was a Roman. He worked for the Romans. He was a fucking Roman guard. So like he did not, and then all of a sudden he flips and becomes a fucking, believer after the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. And now he's going around to all of Jesus' apostles, and that's how he fucking writes the books. And that's how the fucking, New Testament, all the different Matthews and Samuels and Lukes and blah, blah, blah. Now, I believe in a lot of the Old Testament, because a lot of the Old Testament, I'd be like, okay, this, you can get on board. Then you get to the New Testament, and you start getting all these crazy stories, and you're just like, I don't know, bro. I feel like you're just trying to, like, sell books here at this point, man. Like, pretty much, like, how would, if in the beginning of God go from this being this, not vengeful, but, like, you got to prove your respect to me, to all of a sudden being like, I really love you guys. You guys are so great. I love you.
God.
Yeah.
He went from being a wrathful God to an MIA parent.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, hey, Dad, where did you go? You went from fire and brimstone. You knocked out 2 fucking cities because they were Las Vegas and New York City. I don't know. One of those. Something like that. Where did
you drown the entire planet?
Drown the fucking entire planet. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can get on board with the Old Testament and be like, yeah, that actually makes sense. If you were a god and this is your fucking world, why wouldn't you do that? And then all of a sudden he turns into a pussy. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
What? Only talks to a certain people. Nah,
well, I sent my only son down there. Well, there's no proof that he was your son.
We're technically in the books, we're all children of God. So what even? Anyway, we're getting on a huge.
I was gonna say, like, there's the Holy Trinity too. Like, well, not only are we the Father and the Son, but we're also the Holy Ghost.
Spirit.
Yeah,
we got the Holy Ghost, God,
which is why, if you there actual is though historical data from other countries though, let's say from the African cultures, that Jesus itself was not an actual person, that they believe the Son of God is the actual Son itself, the Son that represents the overarching end of the universe being the God, right? Or Saturnalia, I think is what I really it falls into, right? The Sun God. So like, and we've kind of stolen this story. Our English literature translation has stolen it and created a being that is Jesus. There's that proverbial thought as well, because Africans have different stuff, and if everything came from Africa, I mean, just saying.
Actually, historically, if you look deep down into it, actually, it's not Africa. It's Israel. Israel in that area is where the first humanity was coming from, with all of that humanity bullshit. They were part of either in Israel, Pakistan, or Jerusalem. Somewhere actually in there, Africans were not the first. From what an extensive amount of research I did one night when I could not sleep, I was up until like 3 a.m. I was looking at all
for
of
sure.
this,
I mean, I'm not
like
here
the
to
story
argue
of
that
Gilgamesh and all of this crazy shit.
I've just listened to a lot of different people as far as from the Saturnalia side as well, just different researchers that have presented evidence that the story of Jesus itself is stolen from them.
And like my biggest inconsistency that I hate with the Bible is there's no scientific evidence of a great flood around the entire world. You would be able to dig down to that period in the earth, and you'd be able to find like, you know, what's the word? Like
Fossils?
Fossils of like, you know, crab, the fucking crab shit,
Crab
you know,
people.
like
Crab
the shells.
crab people. No, I get what you're saying because because
crabs.
geologically
Yeah.
speaking, we can see that at one point in time Pangea existed. Geologically,
Right.
you can see
Geologically,
that based
you
on
can
Earth
see it.
movement of the Earth and stuff like that, and like how the motion of the moon has affected tidal waves, which has broken up lands and then shifts and blah blah blah. So you can there's science to prove that, but you're correct. There is no science to prove ever that there was this mass world flood.
Yeah, even if you Bill Nye even brought it up and was in reference the Grand Canyon, because when you go and you look at the Grand Canyon, all the different levels of the Grand Canyon, you don't see any level of where there was an actual flood. You just see where it was like normal life and, you know, regular wildlife.
It's crazy. I mean,
So
different points of view, but again, we're not.
So theology aside,
I was gonna say
we're derailing this podcast.
So I was gonna say, just to wrap this up. Whatever you believe in it. Just don't be in a fucking cult. Anyway, go ahead, Joe.
Really?
on this episode of Suck My Crew,
Don't be in a cult. Don't be in a cult.
So now we are back in Cartman's backyard at what is very clearly a rally, and Cartman rounds the people up and gets them to begin chanting something that they think.
If I may interject, they're not in front of his backyard anymore. Actually, they're in front of the movie theater.
Oh, they are. Oh, they have. I thought they marched from his house to the movie theater.
No, he gathers them all up first in front of the movie theater, and then now he's going to start delivering directions. Remember here.
Okay, I was stoned when I watched this last night. So
Tradition.
as is tradition. So now that they're in the rally in front of the movie theater, Cartman gets them to speak in a chant that these people think is Aramaic, but is actually just really bad German, where Cartman marches and gets them to say Es eis zezut sabun, it's time, or it is time to clean. Wir müssen die Juden austrotten. We must exterminate the Jews.
Exterminate all the Jews.
Okay.
It's bad.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
We don't want to learn how to math.
Yeah, I don't want to learn how to say that. Not at all.
1 month ago today, this amazing film opened in theaters. And now, we proud few gather here as a people brought together by its message.
They're not recognize the eagle and everything.
Fellow
Right.
fans of Mel Gibson, our numbers have
Right,
grown,
the
and
Iron
together,
Eagle.
We have the power to change the world.
I'm saying, how are they not recognized? Well, they're not Jewish,
Now
though,
I
too,
believe
right?
we should take to the streets and march in unwavering support of this important movie. Whoa, great idea!
They don't remember world history.
When I say,
And as we march for the passion, we should also voice our support. So, when I say, Es ist Zeit zu sauern, you all chant back, Wir müssen die Juden ausrotten.
What does that mean, dear?
Oh, I think it's Aramaic. You know, like in the movie.
Ooh, Aramaic, cool.
Neato!
This is
What was our Aramaic line again?
German.
Wir müssen die Juden ausrotten.
God damn it!
Juden ausrotten!
Ausrotten.
Es ist Zeit für Reich.
Wir müssen die Juden ausrotten!
Oh, this is fun!
All right, everyone, forward, march.
okay, we don't need to go into more depth as far as this.
Yeah, you can figure out what happens from there. They begin marching. While they're marching, Kyle has gone to his synagogue where they are having where it's Torah. Yeah, I know it's not mass, but
I
I'm
think-
sorry. Yeah,
I think-
email us.
No, I
Go ahead.
think you're right. I think what they do is they go to a synagogue, right? And
Yeah.
then they have Torah,
Mhm.
and then they read out of the Quran. I think you're correct.
Yeah, no, they don't read out of the
Oh.
Quran.
Well, no, I thought
That's no, the Quran is Muslim. I thought the Torah was what they read too. Email us suckmyballspod@gmail.com. Let us know what's up. But at this point, Kyle goes in front of the entire Jewish congregation at the synagogue and suggests that much like the Germans apologized for the Holocaust, the Jewish people need to apologize for the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Kyle's parents and others at the synagogue are completely outraged by this and are disturbed by the effect that the Passion of the Christ is having on people, claiming that it stereotypes Jewish people in a bad way. But ironically enough, they say this while everyone in the synagogue has a stereotypical Jewish nose or speaks in a thick Yiddish accent.
Shalom, hacknack, shalom. And now one of our fine young schlackers, Kyle Broflovsky, has asked if he could speak to the congregation.
Thank you, Rabbi. In 1973, the United States officially issued an apology to the African American community for slavery. In 1956, Germany officially apologized for World War II and the Holocaust. And now I believe in 2004, the Jewish community needs to apologize for the death of Jesus.
What?
What? If we as a people choose not to believe that Jesus is the Son of God, then we can still apologize for the brutal way in which he was killed and take our share of the responsibility for it.
Oh my God! What? Kyle, what on earth has gotten into you?
I saw the Passion.
Oh, no!
Oh, God!
This proves the
Stereotypes.
Yeah, it makes Jews into stereotypes. Stereotyping Jews is terrible.
Something must be done to stop that movie.
Now, everyone calm down. We live in a rational community, and everyone knows this is just a movie. There's no cause for alarm.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, that's bad.
It's so bad.
Can you convert to Judaism?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you not seen Seinfeld? George almost did it.
I was just under the assumption that, or it's a bad assumption. I shouldn't assume.
Madonna did it.
I thought you had to be born into Judaism.
No. I mean, yeah, you can convert to it. I mean, it's like any religion.
Okay.
You know, if you find the spirit of whatever they're teaching and it affects you that way, I can't really be denied that opportunity, I think, right? Well, somebody will teach you and take you under their wing.
All right. So now we go back to Malibu.
Malibu.
Or we're on the bus back from Malibu where the boys have their $18, but it is at this point that they realize the bus is being chased down by Gibson and basically reenacting the truck chase scene from Mad Max 2 while honking his horn and shouting Kapla once again.
Give me back my money!
Once again speaking Klingon and demanding to get his $18 back.
Give me back my money!
All right. Oh,
give me back my money!
Okay, let's play that clip here because you're right. It's a good play. And then like he's all arguing with the bus driver. Sit down, kid. And he's like, no, I'm serious. Mel Gibson's about to rant. Oh, whoa, shit, that's Mel Gibson.
Oh, shit, that's Mel Gibson.
What'd you guys do? We didn't like the Passion. It's a cultural great. Mel Gibson is a whatever cultural spiritual man as he's getting fucking rammed by him.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like with these bus tickets, we spent about $87 getting our money back from Mel Gibson. But I think it's the principle of the thing that matters. Yeah. Cool.
Now, does that include the 18 that they got back?
Probably.
I believe so.
Give me back my money!
God damn, that guy's crazy. Hey, dude, you gotta speed up.
Huh?
Mel Gibson is chasing after us. You gotta go faster.
Ha ha, very funny, kid. Sit down and stop playing games.
I'm not playing games. Mel Gibson is right behind you, and he's gonna...
What the hell? Hey, that's Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I told you that.
Well, what the hell does he want?
He wouldn't give us our money back for the Passion, so we kind of took it.
You didn't like the Passion? But it shows how Christ suffered for you. Mel Gibson is a very spiritual man.
He hits him there, as I mentioned. Stupid, so dumb.
You know, I think I remember that little stigmata around that time when the Passion did come out, that a lot of people were, and I think that's kind of what drove me away from actually seeing it and never seeing it. Is this kind of like this mentality that they're depicting in here?
Yeah, no, like Father Maxey points it out perfectly, right? That it's a propaganda piece. that was put out in the medieval times. And like as I mentioned to you, Cartman is impressionable. He's an 8-year-old, so you can't like when Cartman is starting a fan club. So yes, what he's doing as far as reenacting of Hitler is wrong, but in his mind, he's not being Hitler. He's trying to just praise fucking Mel Gibson. And he's been brainwashed by the movie to not like or to go after the Jews because it's like a Catcher in the Rye, kill all the phonies, right? So in this case, Cartman is fucking manipulated by a movie where later on Butters is manipulated by the book. Go ahead, Joe.
But he already hated the Jewish people before.
That's why it amplifies it. It makes it easier for him to be fucking manipulated. You know what I mean? Because he's already hates the Jews. So there's no additional manipulation on that part. I already hate the Jews. Mel Gibson's confirming to me. I mean, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so like it confirms to him himself what he's thought. And then this movie he's seen 34 times. And then as he states, the money also all the people who are seeing it. So now he's thinking, well, I'm not the only one who must think this way, right? Like, because all these people are going and seeing it. So I think there's a lot of he's manipulated by this movie, Mel Gibson, which we'll see right here. I've done thy bidding, as he's going to say,
right?
Because he's trying to impress Mel Gibson. I don't think it really has anything to do with like Adolf Hitler. It's the same process, and I'm sure he's probably stolen from history, knowing about Adolf Hitler. But at the same time, like it's mainly about what he thinks is what the movie's telling him to do, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So fair enough. And as you alluded to, we are now at the point where all the stories kind of converge. The A story and the B story meet back up as now the Jewish congregation has marched from the synagogue to the movie theater in order to demand that the movie be removed from the theater. And it is at this point that the bus with Stan and Kenny that was being chased by Mel Gibson also arrives in front of the Bijou Theater. And everyone kind of begins to realize that Mel Gibson is pretty fucking crazy.
Pretty fucking
downright
crazy.
Doofy or Luffy.
Yeah.
Loony.
Daffy. He's downright daffy.
Yeah, he's downright daffy.
And loony at the same time.
He's duty.
You need to take the movie out of your theater. Ha! Fat chance. Anyway.
What's going on here? You're trying to have the Passion pulled from the theater. This film is anti-Semitic and it must be stopped.
Nonsense! Mel Gibson is a smart, spiritual man. There's nothing anti-Semitic about it.
It has reaffirmed all of our faith in Christ.
It's made one of our little Jewish boys want to apologize for the death of Jesus.
Well, maybe you should apologize.
You should.
That's right!
Look out!
Give me my $18!
Mel Gibson! Oh, mein Savior! Mein Führer! You're actually here! Mr. Gibson, I have assembled the masses. We are ready to do thy bidding. Have I been a good boy, Mr. Gibson?
Ha! So, you boys have led me here to your secret base, huh? I guess now you're gonna start torturing me. Ah! Oh, my nipples are so tender, don't squeeze them anymore!
That's Mel Gibson?
He's not quite as eloquent as I had pictured.
I'll bet you want to torture me now, don't you?
Dude, what's wrong with him? He's cuckoo, dude. He's absolutely out of his mind.
You would all love to torture me, wouldn't you? Okay, fine. See what you can fit in there. I can take it.
Dude, I've been freaked out this whole time because of that guy's movie.
Fine. If nobody here's man enough to torture me, then just give me my $18.
You might $18.
Our $18. Your movie sucked.
You can't say my movie sucked, or else you're saying Christianity sucked.
People said
No,
this.
dude,
That was
you
an
want to be
actual
Christian,
fucking
that's
line.
cool, but you should follow what Jesus taught instead of how he got killed. Focusing on how he got killed is what people did in the Dark Ages, and it ends up with really bad results.
You know, he's right, Elise. We shouldn't focus our faith on the torture
Blah,
and
blah,
execution.
blah. We shouldn't focus. Let's go to the part Mel Gibson part of this film.
I feel so much better about being Jewish now that I see that Mel Gibson is just a big wacko douche.
That's fucking... There it is. There you go.
Oh god, so good.
Nice freeze frame, dude. That's epic.
Yeah, that was an epic freeze frame. That should be like the screen cap, the thumbnail for the YouTube this week.
Okay.
I fucking hate Mel Gibson.
Yes. So as you saw, they realized that they should talk about what Christ taught, not how he died. And everyone's happy except for Cartman, who gets shat on by Mel Gibson.
Oh, poor Carmen. Poor Carmen. All right, guys. Well, that's your full recap here. We're going to go to a word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back with some of your trivia pop culture. And, of course, the return of What Did Kenny Say? We'll be right back. Subscribe to Suck My Balls, a South Park review on Spotify, Apple's, iTunes, anywhere you want to download a podcast. Just type that in, subscribe to our feed. You'll get the latest, greatest episode each and every week. You can also listen to us on YouTube and go back and watch some videos or any of our library. It's all there. Suck My Balls, South Park review. Hey guys, we just want to take this quick time out here just to recognize our sponsor. What's that? Well, who's our sponsor?
Baked Boys Club.
Baked Boys Club. TheBakedBoysClub.com.
The Baked Boys Club.
That's right, the Baked Boys Club. You can use our code SuckMyBallsPod and you'll save how much, Joe?
20 motherfucking%.
20.
You heard it right.
20%.
20%.
That's right. 20%.
20.
That's 1/5 off your order just by typing in Suck My Balls Pod at thebakedboysclub.com. What does the Baked Boys Club have? Well, they've got hats, they've got shirts, they've got stickers, tons of different apparel. They've got mystery boxes, and if you use that code, according to Scoop, it brings it down to $49.95. So use Suck My Balls Pod code at thebakedboysclub.com. Baked Boys, not just a brand,
a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. That's right.
It's a lifestyle. I may have been too big to do that.
Joe was too big to do that when we recorded that.
You know, I don't tell the Baked Boys this, but I think last time I did it, the code went in after shipping. So usually you have to put in the codes before shipping, but with Baked Boys, it was after shipping. So, you know, free shipping.
Free shipping.
Plus a little bit extra.
Suck My Balls Pod. 20% off. BakedBoysClub.com. Use our code Suck My Balls Pod. Use it. All right, let's get into a long-awaited return. We have not got to do this in a while, but ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the return of What Did Kenny Say? What did Kenny say?
Yes.
We're back. What did Kenny say? All right, so we start off with Cartman. He says, go see the movie, Kyle. And Stan does it. Says, that does it. I'm sick of you guys arguing about the Passion. I'm out of here. And Kenny says, me too. And they leave. So later on, Stan says, look at that, dude. The Passion has made about $400 million at the box office now. And Kenny's like, God damn. And then Stan continues on by saying, how can they even call that a movie? And Kenny says, I don't know, after they saw the movie itself. And Stan says, that's bullcrap, dude. Let's go get our money back. And Kenny says, yeah. Stan says, that wasn't a movie. That was a snuff film. Kenny says, yeah. Stan says, come on, Kenny. We're going to Malibu. And Kenny says, Malibu? But how? And that's when Stan says, well, we'll take the bus. Look, this isn't about the $18 money anymore. This is about being able to hold bad filmmakers responsible. This is just like when we got our money back for basketball. So that was a good line there. Then later on, Stan says, oh, hi, my name is Stan, and this is Kenny. And Kenny says hello when they're meeting Mel Gibson, that is. And then later on, Stan says, well, it looks like these bus tickets we spent was about $87 getting our money back from Mel Gibson. But it was the principle of the thing that matters. And Kenny says, yeah, I agree.
The net loss of $69.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's what Kenny said. All right, that's what Kenny said. Scoop, you want to read us some trivia?
All right. This episode proved so popular that it was released on DVD long before the Season 8 box set. It came out on August 31st, 2004 on a DVD, including the episodes Christian Rock Hard and Red Hot Catholic Love. Ooh, that's a good DVD. Yeah. I want that one. This was to coincide with the release of The Passion of Christ on DVD.
Smart by them.
That's awesome. This is the second time in which Cartman portrays Hitler, the first time being in Pink Eye when he got in trouble.
Yep.
This episode was re-aired on August 9th, 2006, following Gibson's July 2006 arrest. Didn't he? Yeah, that's when he like lost his shit, right?
Yeah,
and he just went fucking nuts.
He made all those anti-Semitic comments to the cops.
Yeah, he pulled a Charlie Sheen.
It was like
Yeah.
South Park knew he didn't like Jewish people. What?
In spite of the episode's popularity, Trey Parker and Matt Stone noted on its DVD commentary that this was not one of their favorite episodes, saying that it would have been much better had they more time to work on it.
Which we noted it was because they were making the game, right?
No, Team America.
Team America. They're making Team America World Police right now during the season, so they felt like that they rushed a lot in this season. But we felt like this is one of their best seasons.
Best seasons, yeah.
It's crazy.
It's funny how that works. When Cartman is on the phone to Stan, he threatens him by claiming that he is like 6 feet tall, 1.83 meters, which is the exact height of Trey Parker. That's funny. In the episode leading up to this one, Cartman mentions that Kyle still has not seen The Passion, and it was even used as a plot point in Good Times with Weapons. This was also used in Up the Down Steroid.
Yeah, that was last week's episode with Jimmy and Timmy. You were here for that one.
I know. I just... You know,
Jimmy,
Jimmy, like a riddle in and riddle out. You know?
Jimmy.
This is like that riddle in, riddle out scenario. So yeah, you know, when Cartman leads the townspepeople in the march, they chant in German the following phrase. I don't want to say it because I don't know how to translate it into English.
S8E3 versus Soderbergh is Russen des Juden als Rat. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try, but go ahead.
Translated into English, these mean it's time for a cleansing, it's time for revenge, and we must exterminate the Jews respectively. Yeah, whatever. Even though the Passion of Christ is a major plot point, Jesus Christ himself never appears in the episode since he died in Red Sleigh Down and did not return until Fantastic Easter Special.
That's right.
I just watched that episode. It's funny.
But do you get it?
Yeah.
He died on Christmas, Red Sleigh Down, and he doesn't come back till the Easter Special.
Yep. His death and then his resurrection.
But they're like seasons apart. It's just because that's the Red Sleigh Down is season 6 finale.
Yeah.
So he's not going to come back until whatever
season 10.
Fantastic Easter Special is. I don't know. We'll click the link here and I'll open it up. Season. It's the 5th episode, season 11.
Season 11. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
The description of the Passion of Christ by Stan, Kyle, and Kenny, along with the movie theater, is incorrect to the actual movie. Oh, okay. Despite Kenny's tendency to be killed, he managed to escape Mel Gibson's rampage unscathed. I wanted to mention that earlier. I was kind of surprised they didn't actually kill him in like he didn't get shot or something.
Okay, I'm going to argue, though, with that fact because I don't think that the depiction of the movie or which the boys are describing is inaccurate. I mean, would you agree with that, Joe? It's a snuff fucking film. Like, I'm not saying there isn't parts where they show Jesus and like his actual life, and then they actually show like Parias, a known fucking guy, goes free. So they show that shit, but like, come on.
I think they were saying that it wasn't a direct copy of the play from the. I thought that's what they meant by it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
no, they're saying the description of the Passion of the Christ by Stan, Kyle, and Kenny, along with the movie theater, is incorrect to the actual movie. So I disagree with that statement because I think
that's pretty much what the movie was.
The movie was fucking Jesus getting fucking killed or beating the shit out of ours. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I have no opinion on this, and I don't want one.
That's fine.
I mean, there was a little bit of the temptation in there too, but.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and read some references to pop culture. Mel Gibson's behavior through much of this episode is a parody, as you guys mentioned, of Daffy Duck, specifically in a scene where Gibson parodies the cartoon Yankee Doodle Daffy, in which Porky Pig is trying to escape through multiple doors only to be blocked by Daffy in a different costume each time. Stan even refers to his behavior as freaking Daffy, at which point Gibson says, this means war, which is a favorite saying of Daffy Duck. And another Daffy Duck saying is, and good evening, friends. Right, there was that part. When Kenny and Stan leave to get their money back from Mel Gibson, we already referenced Basketball. That's, of course, made by creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker, which is a funny movie that they create a brand new game. If you haven't seen that movie, go watch it. Gibson is heard saying as well in this movie, "Give me back my money," which is, of course, is a reference to often used quote from the 1996 movie Ransom. "Give me back my son." I remember that.
Yep.
As Kyle's nightmare progresses, the montage speeds up with different Jesus and his crucifixion related scenes having less and less duration, and he wakes up screaming after a split-second appearance of Alan Alda. Mel Gibson shouts the Klingon battle cry, what is it, Joe?
Kapla.
Kapla! Kapla! Several times as he chases Stan and Kenny. That same cry was also used by George Clooney and other actors as Film Actors Guild in Team America, which, as we mentioned, which was also written and directed by Stone and Trey Parker this exact season. They're making the movie as well. The truck that Mel Gibson, we already mentioned, is modeled after the Road Warrior from Mad Max. And it's also, if you have never seen Mad Max, it's set in Australia. Mel Gibson is chasing Stan and Kenny through his house. He stops in front of the mirror and says, 2 days ago, I saw a rig that could call that tanker. If you want to get out of here, talk to me. That's a direct line from Mad Max 2 you asked earlier.
Mhm.
And then when the boys later find his wallet, he is heard saying, Fredo! Off screen, which is a reference to Braveheart. The Mel Gibson fan club hotline phone number, when dialed, sounds like the Asia song Heat of the Moment. This marks the second...
Sorry.
This marks the second time. This marks the second time Heat of the Moment has appeared in South Park episode. The first being when Cartman wanted to get stem cells approved so he can get a Shakey's Pizza. At the start of the episode, while the boys were playing in Eric's mom's new car, Eric said, "Set phasers to sun." That's, of course, a popular catchphrase from Star Trek. And then, of course, there are actually 3 paintings that are flashed repeatedly during Kyle's nightmare, all 3 by the 15th century painter H. Bosch, one named Christ Carrying the Cross. The first painting that flashes is called Christ Before Pilate, and also by Bosch as well.
That's Pilate.
Pilate, whatever.
Yeah, Punch is Pilate.
So to add the silliness of me, I thought it was Dean of the Moment for 34 years of my life, almost. I don't know, it was like 33. It wasn't until I actually was going through a watch through a couple years ago of South Park, and Cartman started singing it, and he was like, "It was the heat of the moment," and I was like, because I tried to sing, I was like, it's the Dean. I was so stupid. And then I was like, I should probably look up the lyrics.
Maybe. So I'm going to read a couple more things here. Interestingly enough, I had remembered watching this episode originally when it came back in the day. And I actually might have this on DVD still, because I've got a lot of the South Park seasons. Because I remember them actually showing the swastika, because you had asked about it earlier. But since then it's aired, they actually have removed it. And this is about the censorship. The explicit use of the swastika, which is a Nazi symbol, was censored out in parts of Europe. Was censored out in parts of Europe because the symbol is illegal in some European countries, particularly Germany and Austria, where showing Nazi symbol is illegal unless it's put into historical context. It's also been censored after the second time it aired on Comedy Central in America, British, and Australian syndication, and the version available on iTunes showing instead of a red flag with a white circle in the middle without the swastika. However, on DVD, it is still there. This episode was not aired in several countries, though, which included Russia.
HBO doesn't have the swastika either.
And the one we watched that I capped off of another website didn't have it either.
It's funny that the swastika is so perceived as evil when it was actually a symbol of power. When it was actually a good symbol. There was a good meaning and good things behind it.
It got appropriated.
Yeah, it's like anything got appropriated. And the last couple things of continuity here, as of Good Times with Weapons, Cartman exhibits a deeper fascination with Mel Gibson. Though he is seen to have a parody of Mad Max 2, The World Warrior, in his room, his hatred of the Jews is seen to be justified by Gibson's film, as I mentioned earlier, The Passion. So that's why I think he was able to get impressionized there. Cartman is grounded for this incident in the next episode, as it's going to be mentioned by Leanne in Asimo, which aired 2 weeks after this episode. The Looney Tune Mel Gibson character reappears for a cameo in Season 11's Imagination Land, in which he was shown to just be as crazy as he's always been. So that is some of your references to pop culture, continuity, trivia, and censorship we had this week. We gave you What Did Kenny Say? Now we're going to wrap this episode up. Scoop, what do you think of this episode?
This episode is probably in my top 50. It's let me go 75, top 75. I'll put it up there in that. It's not a bad episode. It's really awesome. I think it's hilarious. Some of my favorite parts, definitely Cartman. Definitely how Cartman rallies the people. Like I've said, if you can get 3 words together that just flow, you can get a whole group of people behind you. You know, let's fix this bitch or make America great. You know, that's those stupid little slogans.
That's what I was telling. It's just interesting how people fall into cults, right? Because this would be considered a cult, like Cartman's starting,
definitely.
right? So it's just so people are so impressionable because they think the meaning of which they are showing up for is altered by the actual message Cartman is trying to provide. And had that gone on for long enough, those individuals would then become accessories to said, you know, acts of violence or, you know, putting people in camps. Like, I'm not saying if those people who were German and they were Nazis, they get a pass. Hell no. But what I'm saying is you can see the psychological steps that people fall into that trap to then be manipulated to perform those acts.
Okay.
It's like Scientology and all that bullshit too, right?
Yeah.
They get into your head and they fucking fuck with it. They program you.
Yeah,
It's cult of personality.
Yeah.
Look in my eyes. What do you see? Cult of personality. I know you're angry. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. What else did you like?
Kyle and his whole adventure of going through thinking that all of the Jews need to apologize and everything, and how guilt-ridden he was until he actually sees the wacky goofiness of Mel Gibson. He's like, I was worried about this, you know, and that it's great character development for Kyle, you know.
Just because you brought it up, Joe, do you listen to Cornette at all?
No, I haven't.
Dude, every time
not
I
yet.
listen to
I
Cornette-
do, but I haven't heard.
Every time Cornette describes CM Punk, he never sings the song correctly. So he'll make a parody song of it. He'll be like a slice of bologna with feta cheese. I'm down on my knees like a plea. Like, so he'll make like parody songs of that song. It's hysterical. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
What'd you
I'll
like
have to
about
check
this
that out.
episode,
Yeah,
Joe?
what was it?
It's definitely in my top 25. There's a lot of season 8 that's going to be in my top 25, top 50. There's a couple that are even higher than that. But anytime they make an homage to Looney Tunes, this is probably the first time it's been this overt since Osama bin Laden has farty pants. But it's anytime they make an homage to Looney Tunes and they like kind of, not that they ever forget they're a cartoon, but kind of like go back to the roots or whatever is always funny to me. The depiction of all these people just being so stupid and so easily convinced by Cartman when it's so blatantly obvious to anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together what's going on.
It's very interesting from a character standpoint, this episode. You got Cartman, because on one side, he's being manipulated from the propaganda that is this Passion of the Christ Jew, which we mentioned there, it reinforces his hatred for Judaism. And then on the same side, he's now inflicting that same manipulation to other people. So it's just a vicious cycle of manipulation. It's very interesting from a psychological standpoint how that gets passed on to another person when Cartman doesn't realize he's being manipulated, and then the people don't realize they're being manipulated. But the movie itself, I mean, as we found out, it was obviously, if Mel Gibson was anti-Semitic, obviously those subtext was in that movie, right? And some people took it that way. And as we talked about, you know, some of the lines, if you say you don't like the Passion, then that means you hate Christianity. I heard that from people because I would tell people, no, I don't like this movie. This movie sucks, dude. It's not a fucking movie. It's literally some dude getting beaten, kicked the shit out of for 2 hours. I can go watch UFC and do that, and at least those guys trained to do it, and I know what I'm getting into. I'm not paying to see this guy get his ass kicked, beaten over, whipped, gouged, fucking put up on a cross, like, unless there's a good story to it. And the story wasn't good. The movie sucked.
So glad I haven't seen it now. So glad.
Passion of the Christ. But again, I would hear that. If you didn't like the movie, then you hate Christianity. No, that's dumb. Just because you don't like a movie, that movie doesn't represent it. And that falls in line with the people being brainwashed or, you know, from the movie itself, right? I mean, or finding evidences that support their own morality and ideas. Other than the episode, though, I really do like this episode. It's in my top probably 100. I think Cartman is hysterical in the episode, and this is definitely another reason why Cartman deserves to end up being homeless, right, at the end of his life, because he's kind of an asshole.
We just keep building up.
Keep building up that list. But again, was this really his fault? This is an example where Cartman is a victim of circumstance once again. And I'm not saying it's not all his fault, but again, he's a victim of circumstance, whether it be his mother's inflicting it on him, whether it be Kyle by off chance. He ends up in certain situations where it wasn't necessarily his fault, and if he had the proper guidance, he probably could have avoided that pitfalls. Like if I had saw that movie as a kid and I had started saying blah 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 against Jews, my parents would have stepped in and stopped it. Do you get what I'm saying? So because no one's there to stop it, and he continues to get enabled, then Cartman unfortunately executes the deed itself.
So we have Leanne, who's the professional enabler, and then we have Cartman, who's a professional manipulator, who can be manipulated to manipulate others. Oh man, that's
crazy.
So funny finding the dynamic.
It's a very deep dive on Cartman, which we will do in the future characters here on Suck My Balls. We have some ideas of that. But ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for another edition of Suck My Balls. 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 A South Park review.
Dude, this
I'm your host of the heat, and I can't be beat. I'm your guy who's high where the air is dry. Your boy, MSG. You can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram at Matthew_Shepard. Each and every week, me and my boys break down the South Park episodes. And if you want to follow us, you can go to linktr.ee/South Park Pod, or Linktree South Park Pod. Type it in on Google, you'll find us. You can follow us directly on Twitter and Instagram at SuckMyBallsPod, and on Facebook at South Park Pod. Email us at suckmyballspod@gmail.com. Boy,
get at us.
What's up?
Scoop. There it is.
Any final words? Where can people follow you?
You can follow me at yourlyrics_lie on Twitter. I'm just, I'm out there throwing random shade, congratulating people on everything.
All right. And Mr. Joe, what do you got coming up this upcoming weekend of, what is it, the 17th we're at now? So what do you got the weekend of the 17th or the 19th here, buddy?
The 19th. Oh, shit. I don't know. The 19th, I will be in Colorado Springs at Sunshine Studios Live for Colorado Springs Wrestling.
I set you up perfectly for that one, too.
Yeah, man, we gave you the...
I know, and then I had to, scroll through my friggin', mental calendar. It's so much easier to just rattle off the whole month, and that way I don't have to remember air dates and shit.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another edition of Suck My Balls. We appreciate you listening, downloading, saying you want to, you want more content. We appreciate the feedback. We appreciate the interactions. If you want to find us, interact with us more, and talk South Park, and jump on Facebook and join the South Park Fans United group. Or you can just hit us up on Twitter. You can tweet Joe. You can tweet me.
We do have a Discord.
I guess we have a Discord. So hit up Scoop on Twitter, and he'll give you the link.
Or hit us up on Instagram. It's probably easier there to find us on Instagram.
Yeah, just go to the Instagram, and then I'll tell Scoop, hey, send the Discord link, because I don't do Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another edition of Suck My Balls. We'll be back next week.
Suck my balls. 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 Suck my balls.